Once again, I have so much energy and I really need to create content after content because if I don't push, this channel will not grow. I want this channel to grow, and I'm begging you, whatever you are doing, as long as you are watching this video, please subscribe to this channel. If you subscribe to this channel, you are helping me to grow the platform that in future will serve your children or serve my children. And when I say we are growing this channel for the next generation, is because it doesn't grow overnight. Today I want you guys to help me get 20 more subscribers. 20 more subscribers. And I'll be grateful. I'll be happy. I'll appreciate you for taking your time to subscribe to this channel. I take every first 2 minutes to plead with you before I go to the topic. I have so many topics I want to discuss about, but I don't get time because of nature of work I do. As a computer engineer, you need to pay attention to the details. Programming, coding, and schematics and PCBs and all those things. Digital systems. Mapping out codes and all those things. So, I want to discuss about Art Carthy in Gambia and the mess she did in 2019 and 2020. And up to date, it is still following her up. I also want to discuss about Kwesi Bode, who was an affiliation of Art Carthy. Art Carthy is a well-educated black American with the intention of developing real estate business in West Africa. But she messed around. And how she messed, I want to put it this way. She came with her Americanism habits to West Africa, Gambia, smoking, beaching around, doing all sort of things. Art Carthy, he collected money with Kwesi bonds from people who wanted to join movement in West Africa from America. The black community I'm talking about, the reparts. Art Carthy, you engaged in a business that you did not accomplish. You thought Gambians would join your wagon and give you more support to access their land, and at the same time, you sell the American business to the Americans. But it never worked. Where you lost the grounds is where I want to touch right now. You lost the ground when you started manipulating Americans and at the same time trying to play it cool with Gambians. And Gambians knew you have the dollar. It couldn't work. You cannot just go to African nation and bring your American behavior to these people. They are not interested in having illicit affairs. They are not interested in doping. They are not interested in materialism. They are not interested. There are some levels they are not accustomed to. And you cannot endorse this on them because it will reciprocate on you. But you did not hear. That is exactly what you did. And that thing, it overwhelmed you to an extent. You had to leave Gambia. Under what circumstances did you leave Gambia? Very shoddy. Very shoddy. Now you went back to America after calling people money and after departing from the company or the entity you had created with Kwesi bonds. Right now as we talk, you're in Atlanta. You're trying to sell the same land in America. But how many people do you think want to buy land in America? Nobody wants. They want to come to Africa. But where did you go wrong? You did not play your cards right. You didn't. You cannot take people's money and then you don't want to give them their dues or upgrade or let them know on the briefings, this is exactly what is happening. Money has been invested here. These are accredited institution that approves this, and this is the authentic portfolio. That if I tap into it, it will be legitimate, and I will not find it any fault on it. If I can get just one customer or one subscriber who can offer to buy me a vlog camera, just pin down your email address. Email me, and I'll give you more and more. This smile is for you guys. I rarely smile. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. I have a lot. Crazy Bones is the one who went down with the mega corruption saga. He was taken to court, and the outcome of the court came out in his favor because there was no defendant. All the people who invested in that scheme, they were in America. Initially, they had made efforts to come to Gambia to trace how far they had gone with investment because he was not updating people online, but it became so difficult for him to do so. So he married 3 wives, Gambian women, gave them children, and living his life. He never went back to America. Whether he has denounced his citizenship or he gained a Gambian citizenship, that is a topic of another day. But for today, what I want to emphasize on is Black Americans, you will not sell land in Africa. We have indigenized native method of propagation on how to go about the land deals. Elders in the community, chiefs and kings, and all those people, they hold a say when it comes to the land matters in Africa. There's a land you can buy from an individual. There's a land you can buy from the chief. Authorization. You don't need to buy. You just need to give him approval. I want to reside here. He just give you a portion of the land because the land belongs to the king. Especially in South Africa, KwaZulu-Natal. That thing is very common. It's very common. Also in West Africa, the culture is very enriched. You can also find a place where they do the same. The land is owned by the king. In East Africa, it's somehow British system of even a land adjudication, whereby king doesn't have any. We don't even have monarchy in East Africa anymore. We don't have traditional leadership. What we have is a suppression, imperialistic regimes established there with the hybrid British constitutions, and those ones, they don't favor anybody. They just favor the British people, and it's confusion. There you can get land through lawyer, through an individual, but corruption is high. Kwesi Bonds and Art Kathy, it did not go well. Kwesi Bonds remained in Africa, but Art Kathy couldn't sustain herself with the rotten habits and characterism of Americanism in Africa. She had to go back to America. You can Google her, Art Kathy, A-R-T, Kathy, C-A-R-T-H-Y, Art Kathy. Google her, you'll see what I'm talking about. She had so much hope in Africa, but it did not work well the way she was expecting it to. She lost the grounds. Now she's conning people and doing this scam in America. Be very careful, because you may be a victim. You may be a victim. I know anybody in America who was raised in the projects, the blocks, the hood, you're running away from gun violence and all these things, but the way you're doing it through corporations. The pioneers of these corporations are Black Americans like you, who anticipated the exodus ahead of you. They came first. They got the grounds, how things work. Then they had a YouTube to sell the points to you, to push their agenda to you. Now you're busy buying from them because you're blind. You cannot just come without them. That's where the hot topic is. Subscribe for the episode 2, episode 3, and episode 4 on this topic. I'll keep on raising this topic because I know how complicated it is. We have the Black Acres, we have the Black Zit, we have Rennie, all these ladies. We have a Negrotic, apologetic. They are all selling land. They are in real estate business. But how do you go about it? The way they are putting is not the way you should go about it. They are not locals. In their platforms, when they are talking about these land deals, they are not bringing in the locals to highlight how to buy land from a particular group of people or how to go about it. It is not going the way they think. And that is my point. That is my point. We need to sober up. We need to know how to go about deals in Africa. My camera is not very good, but if you pay attention to what I'm saying, you'll understand my point and you'll hear my topic. How good it is or effective the narrative can be cooked, but it can be authentic in nature. And that is exactly what I'm doing. So, we need to be very careful. It's not what we think. It's not what we think. It's not what we think. We must come up with measures that are so important and bring them on board in order for people to hear and understand or have a highlight on how these things works. So this thing of the black Americans coming and telling people they know how to sell land in Africa, they're just travelers. They're just travelers, these people. They'll never settle in one place. He'll come here 2 weeks, 1 month, 1 year. Now he wants to shift from here, he wants to go to the next country. Because they are used to that. They don't have settlement mentality like us, we Africans. You stay in one place for 5 years, 10 years, 30 years. You grow. You leave a legacy. When will you discover the potential in you if your work is to travel from one place to another, aimlessly like a he-goat, looking for green pastures, and you lose green pastures even if you get them, you're not nourishing them or, grooving them. You're just shifting interest from there. No, I'm done with this. I was here for a particular period of time. My time has lapsed. Now I didn't get what I wanted. I want to shift to the next location. Make one country your home. Know the community, know the people. Then from there, you can now start maneuvering. But you have the base. And you have the legitimate people for that base. And you have the community that knows you. From there, henceforth, then you can start now navigation and moving from one place to another. That's it. That is it. No shortcut about it. There's no shortcut about it. That's the way it is. Anyway, I'll come up with episode 2 on this and I will give you the highlights.